back to our top story. Once again, thanks for joining us. Postbank and Sassa are adamant that glitches have been sorted out and all social grants have been paid. But after 21 days, some beneficiaries say their accounts are still empty. So let's unpack this even further. We're now joined by Pieterson from #PayTheGrants. Caroline, thank you for your time and a warm good morning to you. I think oftentimes the frustration with not only beneficiaries but South Africans at large is why this system failure or system glitch, however way that it's described, seems to keep recurring. This is not the first time we've seen beneficiaries not being paid their full, monies and amounts. It seems like it's the order of the day, and as far as, Sassa grant payments are concerned, that at some point we'll see a system failing beneficiaries.
Good day, everyone. I'm Caroline from Pieterson. This thing of system started September 2022 when it started by the gold cards holders. And then when you ask about this at post office, they'll tell you about people didn't get paid because of this clinch. We even told them at the forum that it's high time that they fix that clinch of them. And they also promised that when we were at their forum meeting, Sassa forum meeting, they also promised that they will pay beneficiaries on time. They will pay beneficiaries on time, and even those which they owe them, like the back payments, they'll pay them. Like if they owe you something like 3,000, you'll get 3,000, of which is not happening. People are going to retailers.
Yeah.
Hello?
No, I was just saying, Caroline, just to interrupt you there, my apologies. I mean, so you're saying that besides the monthly payments that need to be made, there are instances where there are back payments. There's a backlog of back payments where Sassa needs to catch up with those payments, and it's not the case.
Yes, yes.
How much of an inconvenience is this, Caroline, in your experience with interacting with the beneficiaries? How much of an inconvenience and a challenge is it for them?
I'll take a challenge because back then it's more worse. I'll take the incident which happened when I was at Everton Mall. People were there to come and collect their monies, only to find there was this so-called system glitch. That person came to Everton Mall from Poriki to come and collect his money. That time, he doesn't even have money to go back home. He even borrowed the money to come and collect his money. So, I wish people never got such challenges. If you don't have money to go home these days, it's not okay because you'll end up being in so many challenges. You'll end up being in so many challenges. You can even be kidnapped or even raped. And I'm not saying only when you are a lady. I'm saying for both sex, whether you are a woman or man, you are facing those challenges. And it's not easy for people to give you money when you say, no, I don't have money to go home. You know how South Africa have turned to these days. So no one will never believe you that really, really you don't have money.
Yeah.
So
Caroline,
hence
perhaps let me come into there and just to get some clarity from you. You've already attended forums These are platforms where you've engaged with the department, with government officials, those responsible with making sure that the SASSA grant payments are activated to its recipients. What are the reasons, not only for why there's a failure, but do they give timelines as to when this glitch, the system glitch, will be resolved once and for all? We are 21 days in and some beneficiaries still haven't received their funds. Have you received a commitment as to when exactly the timelines look like that they will see everybody else fully paid?
What I can only say is that they never reached the timelines they set. Like at our last forum meeting, they said when the payment is coming, the payment date are coming out, the system will be okay, and they know that people will be paid, but that never happened.
I want to talk to you about, also the challenges that some of the beneficiaries have told us here in eNCA that they encounter, amongst others, having to loan some money. I think you also alluded to this earlier on, saying they have to make loans. They constantly have to spend on taxi fare just to come and check if the money has been paid, only to be told to come back a few days later. Some are struggling without food. We're seeing NGOs now trying to assist the elderly, especially with providing them with food. How difficult of a time, Caroline, is it for recipients when they do not have, their money paid to them? What are their lived experiences in terms of the difficulty day to day that they have to then encounter until they eventually do get that money?
Sometimes when you are sitting at home, then someone knocks at your door and said, can you please check for me? I went to the stores, I have my date, it's out, but when I get there, the money is not there, there's no food. And sometimes are people who are living around you, and you can see that house, no one is working, and you can see the children are there. Hence, we said at some point to SASSA, people who gets the grants must never, who gets the children's grants must never be sidelined, because sometimes people don't even get their money because of that. It's very bad when people can't get their money, really.
And just in my last question to you, Caroline, before I let you go, what are your demands then to government officials as well as those who administratively are in control of making these payments? You are #pay the grants. What are your demands? What's your appeal at this stage?
We demand a basic social grant for all.
All right, Caroline, thank you so much for speaking to us. And Caroline Pieterson representing #pay the grants, saying that they demand for, payments to be made, everyone to be paid at this stage, but also just narrating to us some of the challenges that they've considered when they engage with some of the recipients, but also saying that at the forum where they had an opportunity to discuss these issues with the government officials, it seems that, commitment was that they will make the payments in full, timeously, but also when it comes to the backlog of money still owed to beneficiaries, that will be honoured. And it seems like, according to Caroline, is still not yet the case. All right.